Some of you may recognize where we are. There's that hawthorn tree. There's the blacksmith foundation for the blacksmith site or building. And that's Gabriel working there. He's going to be the first blacksmith to work here, Gabriel the homeless. And we're doing not exactly a final leveling, but a much more precise leveling. That's what we're doing right now. But as I go down there, I'll explain when I get closer. But I thought I'd show you that, remember I had turned the water off so it would be dry enough, we wouldn't be working in mud. And also I was able to drive my pickup truck up through here too, because there isn't mud now. That was a success. And in the pickup I brought all this stuff that has to do with blacksmithing. I mean, there's a forge, a blower if you want. There's kind of a firebox. There's a piece for a firebox. There is a firebox. There is a firebox. There is a post vise. There is a cranked drill press. And here is another cranked drill press. Well, it's not exactly cranked. You spin the flywheel at the top. But that's all. These don't require power. Here is a what do you call it, tweeter, I think, to direct the flow of the air. Hammers that need handles. A homemade metal stand, you know, if you're working on hot metal, we'll probably use it. And this, I won't say what it is right away, give you a little time to think about this. That is an old-time tire shrinker or tire stretcher, or maybe both. I'm not sure. I've never used it. They're very heavy, but that's when tires were made out of steel, wrought iron or steel. But all right, now to what Gabriel's doing there. We've got the block right in the middle. That's called the sow block. That's where the anvil's going to go, I think. You know, we can move stuff around, but it's probably going to be right in the middle. And now that 4x4 is just sitting there to show where the sill will be. The door will be right there under the orange thing. That'll be the door. I'm going to put some other 4x4s there just to mark where the sill will be. Now see what Gabriel's doing is he's leveling that up, working his way around. Our reference was up here, and when we want it, see that's off by about an inch. That's off by about an inch right there. This might be high, but it's getting pretty close. Before we just estimated it, and once we have, now he's using the hoe to get stuff that he dug out where the blocks were going to be high to put where they're low. Ideally, you wouldn't have to put any fill in at all. It would all be, you're throwing a lot of it away. It would all be dug out because that way there wouldn't be any compaction to worry about. But as I was saying to Gabriel, this isn't a piano. There's that expression, it's a barn, not a piano. Now see, that's my straight claw hammer. It works real fine as a little mattock to get the blocks level to themselves. So anyway, what it's gonna have a dirt floor, and what we'll do is we'll dig a trench around the outside. There's gonna be a 2-foot overhang the whole way around. And where that drip edge is where we'll dig the trench, because we want to be sure it stays dry in there. And we'll throw whatever we dig out, we'll throw it into the middle so it'll be humped up. So here, that's an update on the development of the Hawthorn Blacksmithshop site. Bye for now. Now see, it's not quite right, but it's very close. Anyway, it's not so close. I mean, it's probably within an inch. And the 4x4s that I put around, they're just there to show us what's going to go there. But they're not going to be 4x4s. They're going to be built-up sills. out of 1x6s. You'll see as we build it, but the 4x4s are helping to show it. And I wanted to say that, you know, doing it in soft ground like this, an advantage to that is the ones that are bearing the most weight will press into the ground. And a building like this that floats in effect on the ground, it will level itself. And we'll be back here before we put the the final sills on. We'll be back here and we'll make it as good as we can get it. But this isn't bad. You can imagine where the door is going to be. There's the anvil. The chicken's inspecting. All right, we'll see you.